Hello, how are you? I hope you're good. Welcome to another bullet journal setup video. This time is for October. There are quite a few pages in this month's setup, so I didn't want to go too heavy on a specific theme. And I wanted to do this in a more simplistic way because I have so many things on my to-do list. I really couldn't afford to lose a whole day on a bullet journal setup. So this month is a bit less, drawing heavy and a bit more doodleish, but I quite enjoyed it, and I picked one of my favorite themes, which is just mountains, and you'll see what I do. A lot of these spreads are from Pinterest, so I'll try my best to link all of the ones that I use for inspiration. I sort of mixed and matched them, and some of them are just straight up copies from there, so I will definitely link it down below if you guys want to check them out as well. Yeah, I think without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I, as always, encourage you to grab a cup of tea, coffee, orange juice, whatever you prefer, and use this time to just take a little break and relax. I also will try and link everything that I use down below if you're interested in checking that out. I am loving this bullet journal. This is a dingbat one. However, as previously, I stand by saying that it's horrible for use of watercolors, which was my main thing that I did in the previous one. So I don't know if the next one's going to be dingbat as well. I might try and stay away from a lot of watercolor in the next months as well, which I did try here as well. If you've seen my previous videos on bullet journal, you know that I usually have a very much set way of doing this, but I tried to mix it up this month and I went with a lot of different setups, so I'm very excited to see which ones work well for me, which ones don't, and yeah, I'll let you know when we go on. Starting off by not doing a cover page. I've been speaking about this for a while now, and I've decided it's definitely a good idea because after setting it up, I never see it. So I thought it would be a complete waste of time, and why do that? So instead of that, I'm just gonna do a bit of more presentable, interesting way, well, interesting to me because I've never done it like that before, monthly view, which is the page that you're gonna look at now. And lastly, I would love to hear from you what sort of themes you would like me to do next, so leave that down below in the comments. I'll definitely take it into consideration. I definitely have things that I want to do, but I also really want to do what you guys want me to do, so if you have any ideas, a theme, an object, anything like that, a book, a movie, whatever. If you have any ideas, let me know down below. I am very excited for this monthly view page because I've never done one like that, and I really like how it looks like, so I'm hoping to maybe use that in the future as well with different themes and items and whatnot. So this is actually going to be used for my YouTube uploads instead of my personal, because I'll just do that in the weeklies and that's fine for me. So anytime that I have something planned, I'll just shoot a straight line up or down and put a little bubble with a date and put what I need to do on that day, like here, planning a wrap up and some unboxings. Next up is a spread for our additional readathon in October in preparation for OWLs in 2019, and that is for the extra credit. So I actually printed this out for my announcement and I'm washi taping it in, which I never used to do before because I was kind of a stickler for not having things taped in so it wouldn't, sit weirdly, but I'm branching out, and I made a really messy doodle of like sort of Hogwarts, whatever, and it's fine. You know what? I'm just moving on from that. I'm decided to try a mood tracker this month. I was wondering maybe I should have made it an anxiety one, but I'll see how I go with the mood and maybe do an anxiety one next month. And that's going to be the only thing that I'm really tracking because I know it's going to be way too busy to look at any other things. So yeah, I'm separating these mountains in little pieces and then assigning a date for them, and you'll see me drawing an agenda for colors for certain moods. On the right side, I'm just gonna have an October to-do list because I always move the things from a monthly to a weekly and then to a daily type of to-do. So the next page is purely decorative for something that's going to be on the right side, and I have like a packing list, so I'm traveling a bit, and my need is for another reason as well. But on the left side I have this doodle that I've also seen on Pinterest. As I mentioned, everything is going to be linked down below, and I really liked it. It took a little bit of I've adjusted some things and basically just doodled that because I kind of want it. And again, this paper is such a massive pain to work with watercolors. Like, it doesn't dry for ages. It just regrets we had, but it's okay. For the next page, I'm starting with my weekly layouts. I tried to mix it up quite a bit. I had 1 week for how I usually go for, but all the other spreads are different. Now, this is the first one, and unfortunately I didn't notice that my camera stopped recording. So the footage of me setting this particular one is gone, but I will show you how it looks like. So I just have some mountain sketches on the bottom, some constellations and a few stars scattered all over, and I actually quite enjoy how this looks like, and definitely didn't need any color or anything because yeah. We'll come back to the previous doodle, by the way, from the last page to add some details, but it's drying. I just put a piece of paper in there because I just couldn't handle the weight. Now for this one I have a sketch on the top instead of at the bottom, and also adding some sort of pine trees or trees in general, and I'm silhouetting this one a little bit more and shading it. So I went for this gray with a little bit of blue, so like sort of dark theme, and then just gonna shade in the trees as well and have a little detail on left and right at the bottom. And I'm just gonna have some boxes and the day number behind it as if the box is in the way. Now the next spread is the one that I usually have, so there's a doodle on one side, a little calendar above that, and I just add days as I go. It really has been working for me, but you know, if you don't mix things up with bullet journal, you're very soon gonna just get bored of it. Just filling these in with different shades of blue and gray, and then again, this paper is impossible to work with the watercolor. It's just so weird, and I was trying to do this like droopy effect, but it was just not happening. So in the future, if I want to work with watercolor that's more than just filling stuff in with the actual watercolor effect, I might just do it separately and then glue that in. We're gonna come back to the previous one, but I actually now just realized that me coming back to the pink one was off camera as well because I lost the footage. So I'll show you how it looks like at the end, but this one was just little taped in mountain bits as well. It's very simple. And then the next and the last one is going to be these sort of half-arsed circles and have some mountains inside and the day of the month. And very similarly to the very first spread, I'll just add a little bubble for any tasks that I need to do on that day. And literally that is everything, and this took way less time than it usually does. Oh yeah, I came back for the blue one, and instead of all of the black lines, I just went with a gel pen to make it white, and I like that. I don't mind how it turned out, even though the watercolor just does not work on this paper. But yeah, and that is everything. So this is how the first page looks like. I'm very excited to use that actually. And then I still need to decide on what I'm reading for this readathon, but this is how my page for that one looks like. And then we have our tracker and the October to do. I don't know if I'm actually gonna track. I will try. I always fail, but maybe if it's just one thing, then I can try and keep up with that. Now here's the next page that you didn't see me come back to, but I just added some white gel stars and some bigger ones, and then just traced them with a black pen, and that is how that one looks like. And then we have our weekly spreads. I went with a lot of different ones to see what I like best. I do like my usual way, because then I don't have to feel stressed that on one day I won't maybe fill anything in, and then on another day I'll have too much and it doesn't fit in the place that I already sort of dedicated for it. So yeah, but it's fun to mix it up. So we'll see how this is going to work. October is going to be an absolutely hectic month, so sometimes I use my bullet journal extremely a lot during that kind of month, but sometimes I just don't even have time to plan things properly. But thank God I've said it out now, so I don't have to worry about it later. And yeah, as I said, if you have any themes you would like me to attempt, let me know down below. I'm always open for suggestions, and I'm also curious to see what you guys would like to see as well. Let me know which one you found interesting and might want to recreate. As I said, the Pinterest ones are going to be linked down below. And yeah, that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, had a little break from whatever you were doing. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. Stay awesome, stay kind, and I'll see you next time. Bye!